Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome dear viewers, a new episode of your program Up to Date. When it comes to today's episode, inshallah, we do have the four, let's say, parts of the program. We do have three guests, inshallah, by the will of Allah with us as well. We do have tech picks, new technology, and everything else. And of course, let me remind you of the email at the beginning of the program, uptodate.ksa2@gmail.com. Send us all your suggestions, anything you want to see in the program, any tech problem, any question, and hopefully we'll be answering as soon as we can. Of course, I gotta say welcome back to our director, Ali Abdul Muhsin. It's nice to see you back in the program. And as well, we're back with our segment. We do have, let's say, two other segments, the new segments today. We're going to concentrate on bringing you only one segments for console games for adults. And today it's going to be about best games with aircrafts. And I mean, some people are enthusiasts when it comes to this field. And so every week, inshallah, we'll have a report about games, the upcoming games, but it's only concentrating about adults. It's not games, let's say, that it's suitable for kids, let's say people under 16. When it comes as well, beat of the street, today we're going to have a new question. Other than that, we'll be talking with one of our guests. He'll be telling us about, let's say, when it comes to setting up RSS on your mobile, on your laptop, on anything, let's say, from the internet. As well, we're going to be talking about robots. And the first part of the program takes me an hour to be welcoming Mr. Saud AlSheraihi, and welcome to the program. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're a telecom engineer, mashallah.
Yeah, I'm a telecom
and
engineer.
let's say as well, you're an enthusiast, but with photography.
Yeah.
That explains the camera there. That explains the camera. Absolutely.
And big camera, you can see.
Yeah, mashallah. First of all, let me ask you just a simple question. So, when did the whole thing start? You being, let's say, excited about photography?
Well, actually, it started like 2 years ago. I mean, we were discussing before the program. I was like a telecom engineer, and I'm still telecom engineer. And since I was little, I'm always into this tech stuff. I mean, at the beginning, and suddenly I wanted a hobby that's outside of the tech. So I got into photography. It's still techy, but I mean, it's different from art perspective and a lot of different things. Yeah.
What makes photography, this type of photography, so special? What is it exactly?
It's not a type of photography. I mean, I'm into all of it. I'm an amateur photographer. I'm not professional. I'm not getting even paid for this photography. But I'm taking a lot of photos, trying to be more professional. I mean, share it with everybody and see what they think. And maybe you can get a business out of it at the end. You don't know. Who knows? I mean.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so, to be a photographer, what do a person need to be a photographer?
Well, actually, I mean, at this, this stage now, you just need a camera. Maybe that's the only thing where you can have a camera and printer, or even you can take it to a shop where you can print it. And you can have a camera and PC where you can modify, play with your photos, crop them, do some modifications. I mean, this is the usual thing now. It's that you'll have it, put your computer there, like professional software, and they are like free software, like, for example, Picasa, which is offered by Google. It's a small software that you can tag your photos, put names, put other things.
Waterprints and stuff.
Yeah, and you have also other programs like the new iPhoto now, which has this.
You're a Mac person, first of all.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a Mac person. You got a Macintosh there. More like I'm teasing you with the Dell right here. I mean, you're teasing me.
You put Up2Date into it.
Yeah, just now they know. Yeah, it's a Dell. But Macintosh and pictures, a lot of photographers do use Macintosh. A lot of the caricaturists use Mac. A lot of people who are, let's say, not video editing, but anything else, everybody's concentrating about Mac. Does that Mac make it easier for you with photography?
Actually, it's different. It's not like making it easier. It depends on the person. I mean, on the type of the software that they're using. For me, I'm using iPhoto just to show the pictures. It has this nice and friendly, features. Interface. And the latest one, I'm not making a commercial here, but the latest one has this facial recognition where, I mean, you can select a face for one of your friends and it will show all the pictures that contains that face. It's amazing. I mean, how they do it. I mean, it's great. Yeah.
And from those photos, of course, I mean, we're going to be showing some of the photos, inshallah, by the will of Allah. But other than that, let me ask you about types of photos. I mean, you did mention HDC or something.
HDR. I mean,
HDR, okay,
that's
it's the HDR.
I mean, when you see the photos later on, I mean, I put 4 photos. Two of them
types.
HDR.
There are a lot of types that you said. HDR, what else?
I mean, you have normal photos and HDR. I mean, this is like HDR is one of the types of the photos, but the types of the photos that I want to mention here is the, let's say, for example, some people use portrait, I mean, which is like faces and people, and wedding. The example is just in the wedding. And you have landscapes, you have wildlife, you have food, advertisement, fashion, sports. There are a lot of different types, and every type of them has its own like gear and equipments that you need. So if you are like landscape photographer, I mean, landscape means that you're going out in the wild and shoot like big scenes in there. You cannot shoot photography with the same equipment. I mean, at least the lens itself. You have to change it to zoom in and to the players and sports. So also there are different types of, in terms of black and white. I mean, the infrared photography. So yeah, there are a lot of different types. Depends on the taste of the
photographer, the sensor.
Yeah.
Your camera. I mean, a lot of photographers do have, let's say, major lenses on.
Yeah, those big ones.
Can you just explain a bit, basics for the people who don't know a lot about
it? At the beginning, I would like to start with having the difference between those cameras. You have compact, which is the small one, or they call it point shoot. And you have this semi DSLR, it's the same as this one here, but you cannot change the lens itself.
You cannot?
You cannot.
Okay.
Just, it's a big lens, but you cannot change it. So maybe you can buy it for a certain purpose, which is like it has a high zoom, you can zoom in.
Right.
And this one is called DSLR, which is digital single reflex.
Okay.
And this one, I mean, the main advantage is that you can take off the lens here.
Right.
Yeah, and you can change it and put any other lens that you need. Depends on the situation. I'm putting this one because it's generic. I mean, the range is the generic. If you see it. This is zoom, and this is, I mean, taking like wide angle, we call it, so you can see the view, have more view to it.
Okay, let's see some of the pictures, and you as well explain for them. So if we have the first picture, you got the Kingdom building there.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're going to be seeing it. So if you explain the photo until it's seen.
Actually, this photo is like, as I mentioned before, it's HDR. It's you're having 3 different photos and you combine them together. I mean, when you take a photo, usually you will take Kingdom as bright, and the sky usually is brighter, so you would lose the details of the sky.
Right.
So you will face a problem. So the other one, you'll take it with the Kingdom is dark, and the sky, you'll have the details and the let's say the clouds here in the sky appears in the picture. I mean, the third one is in the middle between them. So you'll combine them together. I mean, you'll have everything is shown up. All the details are shown in that picture.
And we got your friend there.
Oh yeah, that's Abdulaziz Al-Haidar. He's one of my colleagues. I mean, at work. I took this photo, and I'm really proud of it. It came by accident. He just told me, take a photo of me.
The amazing thing on it, sorry to cut you there, but the amazing thing on it for me is that the focus on the tower is perfect, the focus on him is perfect, and in the middle as well. So I mean, it's more like a multi-focus perfection right there.
Yeah, it's amazing actually. As I told you, it came by just, he was sitting there, we just getting out of work, and he said, take a photo of me. It looks amazing, I mean.
Absolutely. Yeah. And when you take a photograph, you put it on your, let's say, Macintosh, then you adjust it, you try to make it look better, or...
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, apart from HDR, I'm using just small touches. I mean, just like Abdulaziz here, this photo, it's a very minor touches that you do. I mean, just boost the colors a little bit and just darken the photo or increase it. This is another one which is HDR, this photo.
Okay. And as well, this photo, this is Warsaw.
Yeah, this I've been taken in Warsaw in Poland. It's an HDR as well, so it's like the combination of 3 photos as well. I mean, for photography, I mean, for a person to be a photographer, I mean, we always say that just try it. Try everything that you can. Because, I mean, that's all photography. What's about is, I mean, people are afraid. I mean, they just put it in auto, take photos all the time. I mean, sometimes they take really lousy pictures. I mean, especially when you pop up the flash and it's at night, you'll see all the faces are going out, just like jumping out of the picture. I mean, you can do a lot better than that. Just practice, do some little work, and I'm sure that anyone can do it. And
the thing is about, let's say, as you said, I mean, aim and shoot or something. I mean,
point and shoot, yeah.
Point and shoot. Aim and shoot will be sound more horrific, but
Yeah,
point and
because
shoot.
it's into gaming, huh?
Yeah, other than gaming, something else. Yes. So when it comes to let's say point and shoot, some of the people don't, as you said, they just put it on automatic and they don't care about the settings. There are landscape and things that you can just adjust on a regular handycam that will make perfection in photo.
Yeah, exactly.
Pixel size, does it matter?
Yeah, that's the dilemma. I mean, if you are taking, let's say, for example, if you're taking a 12 megapixel, are you printing on A3? This is a question.
That's the thing.
Yeah, people, they won't. I mean, they will not print on A3 paper or that big size paper.
Yeah.
So it will take a lot of space from the hard disk, and at the end, eventually they will say, well, we need another hard drive. So
you got your pigeon there.
Oh yeah, that's I called it in my website Falcon. It's like showing I'm a falcon.
Oh,
not
come
a pigeon.
on. Yes. Okay. But yeah, okay, it's a pigeon.
Yeah, at the end it's a pigeon.
Who knows? After a couple of days, yeah, who knows?
Practicing, huh?
Yeah, practicing and stuff. You got Morpheus in the program. It's just Morpheus. Well, the thing is, going back to the same question, with the pixel size, what's the size of this picture, for example?
It's very small. I mean, this one is, you can say, 5 megapixels. I mean, my camera is 10 megapixels, but I reduce the size to put it online, so nobody will watch the picture. If it will take 5 minutes to load. So
Absolutely.
I'm just putting them smaller and just to share them with my friends and everybody. I mean,
A smaller size of photograph, does it mean less clarity?
No. I mean, if you want to watch them in the laptop, no, it's 5 megapixels is more than enough. I mean, if you zoom in to 5 or 6 megapixels, you find actually you getting into the picture more. You can find more details. So it's even larger than the laptop itself. So it's a big problem. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I don't
apart from the size, as I mentioned.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there a thing called high definition photographs? Because we know about high definition video, and some of the cameras, portable cameras available, do they commercialize for high definition photos?
Yeah.
Is there such a thing?
High definition photos, it's just like with the high definition crowd. I mean, just putting high definition TVs, everything is high definition. High definitions means the size of the picture. They put it into a certain size. I'd like just to go back to the megapixels.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, if you take a point and shoot or the small cameras, some of them, when you take more pixels into it, it means that more noise you'll get. So sometimes you'll get even 7 megapixels, they get better pictures than 12 megapixel cameras, because they put so much thing into the same size sensor. I mean, for those cameras, the big ones, they have bigger sensor. I mean, this is it's not a full frame. There is another type which is called full frame DSLR, which has even bigger sensor. So it depends on that. You'll face a lot of noise for those if you put it in high.
Embedded photos on a mobile, taking photographs with your mobile. Is that camera, can that camera on your mobile, if it claims it's 5 or 8 megapixel, stand to be a regular photo that you can take on the same camera with the same pixel?
That's a good example, actually. I mean, if the sensor of the mobile, it's very, very small. So if you take a 5 megapixel camera and 5 megapixel mobile, you will see the difference eventually. I mean, it's clear that the mobile, it has a small sensor, has small lens, everything is different, I mean, in mobile.
Of course, let me talk now about ArabTech.
Yeah.
You remember, mashallah, of ArabTech, you're even on the, let's say, front page.
Yeah, I'm a co-founder of ArabTech as well.
Absolutely, and you're on the front page. I mean, you got to brag about that. So, and with ArabTech, of course, you got a program there. Now you just thought, sadly, it's only in Arabic. I mean, at the moment, it's called Digital Eye.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about it.
I mean, this is part of ArabTech programs or portfolio. It's a program that I'm doing with my friend Saud AlSheraihi. He's in Reading, UK. And we're doing it actually through Skype, and as I mentioned to you earlier, that it was only audio, and a lot of people want video, want to see movements, but it's impossible. I'm here in Saudi and he's in UK, so it's difficult. So what we did is that we took this voice, I mean, as MP3, and put as a presentation just to show what kind of photo we are talking about. And the program mainly is about photography. It's like a tutorials telling everybody about how to take better photos, how to take the pictures. What kind of, let's say the last episode is about the camera buttons and what's the need for each button for of those cameras.
And people right now are watching. Let's say this is episode 4 of the program, and as you said, it's just pictures that go on with the sound.
Yeah,
we do have the sound with us here. It's in Arabic, as people are hearing.
Yeah.
And this is you and your friend. I mean, he's in the UK.
Yeah, he's in UK right now.
Right, and you do this program. Would it be in English soon?
Sorry?
Would it be in English?
Well, why not? I mean, if we see a lot of people, actually, we put it in video because people wanted to have it in video. If people want it in English, we can do it. I mean, he's in UK, I'm here, I can speak in English, so it's fine,
mashallah.
we can do it.
Absolutely good. I mean, let me remind you, dear viewers, of the web address, www.arabtech.tv. Go to that web address. You'll find a lot of amazing things, especially when it comes to the courses that you give, guys, and as well the episodes. You'll find new technology and things. They're not competitors because they are not on satellite. So okay. I'm okay. I'm fine with the whole idea.
Oh yeah.
Let me talk lastly about accessories with cameras.
Yeah.
What do you advise people to have if they're talking professional photography?
It's not just professional, to be honest. I mean, professional would have a longer list, but I just listed some of the things here. I mean, you have to have, apart from the charger, I mean, some people forget to have it with them. It's better to have a bag, especially for the camera, just not carry it around like this, because maybe you'll drop it or something. Memory cards.
Absolutely.
You have to have like
a backup at least.
Backup, yeah. I mean, you don't want to go to a place where amazing scenes, take a lot of photos and maybe videos with those small cameras. At the end, you have to delete some of the photos because it will take more. Batteries. It's good to have a backup battery. I mean, just eventually, at the end, when you're, especially I'm talking here, I don't know why I'm imagining I'm traveling, because that's where I took a lot of
I mean, people with cameras, they're enthusiasts. Wherever they go, they got the camera with them. So as you said, they're traveling.
Yeah. So other than that, you have to have like a small cloth just to clean the lens. Sometimes when it's raining or something, you have to clean the lens, so it's the pictures will not be that good. I mean, when it rains. And the last thing, it's the small thing here that I have. It's called, it's a tripod. It's a small one. I mean, instead of going to someone and ask him, can you take a photo of me? And if you're a group and you want to take a photo of all of you, it's a very small one. And you can put the camera on top of it and just put the camera and shoot it.
Absolutely with you. As well, there are a lot of types of it. I mean, you got the big ones, as well you got the ones for sport fields that can just insert them into the ground. I mean, just put them there. And it's good. I mean, great advice.
Yeah.
And when it comes to us, sadly, I do have to say, I mean, thank you very much for all the information, Mr. Saud AlSheraihi. It was an honor having you on the program.
Actually, thanks for having me.
Absolutely welcome. Now we do have a report, a beat of the street, and the question is, what do you look for in a laptop? We did ask people in London as well. We asked our viewers here in Saudi Arabia, so we'll go with that report after we come back. Inshallah, we'll carry on up to date.